Today, I will show you 20 examples of GenSwap prompts in Luminar NEO. If you're familiar with GenSwap, you know that it allows you to swap, create, or add elements into your photos with a simple text prompt. However, if you're in need of some inspiration for the prompts or where and when to use them, then this video is exactly what you need. Okay, so as you can see, we are in Luminar NEO, we are in the catalog module, and today we're gonna be staying here. We're gonna be looking at the different images and different prompts that you can use to adjust them. Now, to make sure this tutorial will not be about how to use the GenSwap tool. If you want, we have a full tutorial on that on our YouTube channel, and you can watch it once you finish here. Now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at different examples of using the GenSwap tool for landscape photography, portrait photography, and also we look at little example on what you can do in interior, so for interior photography. Now, starting with the landscape photography, let's jump straight to it and start with this beautiful lavender field. So it's already very nice, but what you can do with the GenSwap tool, for example, you can add this quite cool purple hot air balloon. Now to do that, you open the GenSwap tool, and the prompt you're gonna be using to add this element would be something like purple hot air balloon in the distance. So this is how you can add the balloon, so before and after. After that, you can also add moon. Let's have a look at this stunning night landscape with the stars. And what you can do, you can basically select the area around here. What you do is just one circle brush, and then with a quick prompt, which for this one was white full moon, you will get something like this with the moon hiding behind the mountain. Now, if I have to be honest, I still prefer to add the moon through overlays and the layers panel in the editing panel, as I think that the result is still a little bit better and you have a little bit more control over where you're gonna place the moon and how it's going to look. So for this one, the prompt was white full moon. Coming back to our gallery, the next thing I tried, and it worked quite well, was to add white church. So this is quite nice landscape scene, obviously with different elements, beautiful river. And I thought one thing we could do is to add a white church just to add a little bit more interest and depth to the image. So to add the church, what I did basically in the prompt, I just write white classic church. And yes, I had to try a few times, but at the end, the result looked like this. And I was quite happy with what I got. So white classic church. Moving on, another thing you can do with the GenSwap and the landscape photography is to change or swap the sky. So we started with this capture, which is quite nice with lovely moody light. However, the sky isn't really interesting, and I think it takes lots of attention away from the rest of the image. So when you use a prompt, gray dramatic sky, you get something like this, and I think that is much better. So now we match the sky with the rest of the image, and I think that in overall it creates a really nice dramatic scene. So again, to change the sky, what I did, I used the prompt gray dramatic sky. Moving on with our examples, again, we have a lovely landscape scene with nice reflection of the sky, but I thought that what we could do is to add a group of ducks just to add a little bit of depth. Now, you could play around with it a little bit further to get maybe better shapes or more of the ducks, but to get something like this, what you would do, you would use a prompt group of ducks, and you would end up with the ducks sitting on the water like this. And if you select enough of the area, you also get a reflection in the water. Coming back to our library, let's have a look at this example right here. Now, again, this looks almost like it was captured in Scotland or Ireland. We get that quite dramatic sky with the clouds coming over the rock and mountain. However, the foreground isn't really that interesting. So So what I did, I have selected this area of the image and simply added a prompt, old dirty path. Now, this is the result. I actually got multiple different versions, and this is the one I like the most. However, it really is up to you to see which one you prefer and which one you're going to use. However, for the image, now we have a leading line, which really helps us to guide the viewer in the image and make it a little bit more interesting. And on this image, we actually going to use the GenSwap twice. First, to add the pink cherry blossom into the tree, and then I selected another part of the image, the bottom, and I asked to create a lake with reflection. And just like that, from here, I ended up here. And I think the difference is huge. So again, for the tree, I use prompt pink cherry blossom. After that, I deselect the area, I select everything under, and I use the prompt lake with reflection. And I think the result is great and the difference is huge. Coming back, let's talk about adding cars. So we started with this capture right here, beautiful road leading us straight into the image, lots happening there with the clouds and fog. However, I felt like we're missing something in the foreground. So after that, I play around with it a little bit and I ended up with classic car. So I selected this part of the image and the prompt for this one was vintage red car. So by doing that, I ended up with this car right here. Of course, that we would need to clean it up a little bit, maybe to remove the plate here. However, to start with, I think it gives a great result. Now, when it comes to adding animals, we already talked about ducks. And in this case, on this scene right here, I really felt like a deer would be something that would make it stand out even further. So just like that, I basically used the prompt single deer, selected this area, and this is the result right here. You could add multiple or you could add them a little further there, but in overall, I really like what I got. Now moving on and looking at more examples, here is a lovely seascape with really nice coast, and I thought that what's really missing is a lighthouse somewhere right here. So I selected the area here, and what I basically added was simple white lighthouse, and just like that we now have the lighthouse, which really helps with the depth and it really makes the scene even more interesting. So the prompt I used for this one was a white lighthouse, and after that, this is the result. As you can see, it helps the overall image and it makes it a little bit more interesting. Finally, for the landscape part of our examples, let's have a look at this capture here, where we have this stunning mountain, lots happening there, but actually the foreground isn't that interesting. It's just lots of dry grass. So with a little bit of luck and help from a simple river with reflection prompt, we ended up with something like this. I mean, how crazy is that? We got the river with the foreground, with the bank right here, with the reflection of the mountain, house and trees. And I mean, it already looks so much better. So again, the prompt river with reflection from here to here with just one simple text prompt and one click. Now, before we going to continue, I wanted to remind you that this tutorial is powered by our Luminar NEO Photo Manipulation Masterclass. This amazing course is designed to help you to unlock your creativity and boost your photo editing skills in Luminar NEO. With 15 fun and exciting projects and over 6 hours of high quality videos, you're going to love it. So if you're interested in learning more, head over to our website cleverphotographer.com, and to get the best possible price, make sure that you follow the link in the description of this video. Okay, so now we are done with landscape photography. So let's go ahead and look at portrait photography. So again, I have few examples here. So let's start with the basic one. We have a lady standing on the beach, and with the simple prompt sports watch, you can add a watch to her hand just like that. Now coming back, when you want to be a little bit more gentle, we have a capture of the lady here in a beautiful formal dress. And I thought that only thing that is missing is earrings. So to add the earring right here, I added a prompt diamond earring, and just like that, this is the result. Moving on, this was a little bit more complex. What I basically did, we started here with not very interesting background and yellow sweater or jumper, which doesn't necessarily match the red color of the booth. So I selected the sweater to start and swap it to red. And then since the red booth made me think about London, I have then selected the background right here and I used simple prompt Snow London Street. And like that, I think starting from here and ending up here, we have really created beautiful result. Now, changing a hair is another thing you can do. So this was the original image with a lady having short blonde or short white hair. And just like that, I have selected the hair and used a simple prompt, short brown hair. And I think it did incredible job swapping the hair. Moving on, talking still about jewelry, we started here and again I thought that adding a nice necklace would be a great way to enhance the image. So I used the prompt dark pearl necklace and ended up with this result here. To finish it off, another thing you can add when it comes to portrait photography is a tattoo. So this was the initial image and the prompt I used was black and white dragon tattoo. And just like that, you end up with a dragon tattoo on the back of the guy. Finally, let's jump into our interior examples where I wanted to show you how really simple it is to add a flame to the candle. And for this, the prompt was candle flame, or how simple it is to add fire flames into your fireplace. And to do that, simply use the prompt warm fire flames and you ended up with the result right here. So these are just a few examples for the interior photography, for portrait photography and landscape photography. So I hope that this will give you a little inspiration on where to start with the GenSwap tool.
And there you have it. If you want a copy of our popular Luminar NEO shortcut cheat sheet, there is nothing easier than heading to our website cleverphotographer.com/LuminarGive. While you're there, you can also check out one of our popular Luminar NEO products, or you can stay here and watch more videos about Luminar NEO. For today, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure that you like, comment and share on this video. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel so we can keep creating content like this. For today, thank you very much for watching. My name was Jakub and I can't wait to see you in the next video.